Hi, I'm Zerfall, and welcome to another C64 Sunday. Today we're going to be playing game number 66, Jumpman. This is a game that came out in 1983 by Epix, and at the time, which was, for those that don't remember, August 31st, 2014, the game had a score of 8.4 out of 10 on Lemon 64, and that's with a total of 121 votes averaging out. So the game's got pretty good ratings, and let's get past this cracked screen and learn a little bit more about the game. The enemy has infiltrated Jupiter headquarters. Alienators have sabotaged all systems and planted bombs throughout its 30 levels, ready to blast headquarters to ashes at any moment. Can their mission of destruction be stopped? Already Jupiter 1 is starting to crumble. Can it be saved? Can the two other command centers be reached before the alienators advance and destroy them as well? It's up to you. You've been trained as the government's top secret weapon, the only one who can defuse the bombs and restore communication. You are Jumpman. With your quick, unparalleled speed, and 7 lives, you can maneuver your way to every corner of the headquarters. Only by scaling the many ladders, girders, and precarious ropes that provide access to the hidden interiors and mystery mazes of headquarters can you reach every bomb. Jumpman must fight off the alienators' bullets and be forewarned. Backup forces of robots, dragons, birdmen, flying saucers, and other demonic destroyers are headed your way. Even if you escape the clutches of these arch enemies, beware of the crumbling girders and vanishing escape routes. Be alert with your joystick. You must activate your tiny jet boosters to scale each level of Jupiter headquarters and avoid deadly obstacles. If your jumps are on target, you'll succeed in restoring power to headquarters and save the people from annihilation. But be careful. You may mistime your jumps and find yourself dangling from a ledge with your 7 lives gone. Be warned. How to play. So, the way this game works is you're Jumpman, and it's not Jumpman Mario. This is a completely different person. But he is Jumpman. And you can play with 1 to 4 players. But pretty much you just have to beat every level on the screen. This game actually explains this pretty well here. So there are 5 games you can play: Beginner, Intermediate, Advanced, and Grand Loop, or Randomizer. This is very much like Space Taxi, and actually the load screens are very much like Space Taxi, and they name each level. So you can play one of these things. If you play Grand Loop, that is you playing through all the levels from 1 to 30 in a row. If you play Randomized, it's all the levels randomized. And if you pick Beginner, it's 1 to 8, then 9 to 18, and then 19 to 30, depending on what difficulty you want. You can change the speed of Jumpman as well by pressing one of the is explained here. If you hold one of the keys down before you hit the new level, you get to change his speed. So I think that's about all we need from here is the story. Yep, that's about it. Let's get right into it here then. Got to hit run stop to get going. Loading in progress. So like I said, Jumpman came out in 1983, and it was released for the Virtual Console in 2008. It was developed and published by Epix. The designer was Randy Glover. It's got some pretty sweet box art, which should be next to the video here. Randy Glover did all the work on this. He was the programmer, he did the graphics, he did the music, and like a lot of the music back in the day, it's kind of just little clips of songs that you'll probably have heard elsewhere. It is a very interesting game, though. It had, like I said, it had 8.4 back a year ago. It has 8.4 currently still on Lemon 64. And I thought I had some. Oh, here we go. While we wait for it to load, let's talk about how the rating goes for this. So on C64 games back in 2008, it was rated super with an 8. Cultboy.com in July of 2008 had a score of 7.67, but that's only with 9 votes. And GameBase64 gives this game a 10, calling it a classic. Oops. Here we go. Let's enable the fast loader. We're going to use the high score saver. And we are going to load the previous high scores to see where I rank up against the likes of Ass, who played this game before me. There's going to be probably a little bit of loading in this game, but it's not too bad. I might as well let this this little... Look at this! Epix is giving you their address, so you can send them fan mail if you want. Games don't do that anymore, although you can probably just find them online. So, there's some critical response here to Jumpman on the C64 wiki. Jaji says it's a nice game. One might think that entering and leaving the ladder is a bit problematic, but maybe it is intended so. We're going to see about that in a minute. Oh, N just does not want to go into place. Oh, there we go. He used his jump powers to make it work. And that's actually a good point. Let's get this game loaded. I'm just going to play beginner because I'm actually not the best at this game. Part of it is how easily you can die if you fall down small jumps. I don't really want to show that, but I'm going to up this speed to 6 as well as we load here. Just because it's a little bit... Oh no, I think higher number means slower. I didn't read that properly at all. Well, I'll have to rectify that next time I die. So here you go, we have enemy bullets firing at us. And we're going to learn a little something here too. As you collect some of these, first off, you have to press up and jump. As you collect certain ones, parts of the level start to break. So you've got to know sort of the order to collect them, and this first level is not too bad. The other thing to do is sometimes if you keep pressing jump and you land inside another platform, you're going to be just fine. You'll hit the bottom of the platform with your shoulder or whatever, and somehow you can still rocket propel yourself up. Now what's weird is that if I fall down here now, I will die. However, jumping across here is fine. But also, that much of a fall, you can make that much of a fall if you jump first. But if the game itself just has you falling off a platform, you're going to die. You're not going to have a good time at all. The little green ropes there are green ropes that you can climb up or down if you jump to them. Blue ropes, however, are ones that you slide down. Let's grab this. So here's an example of where you have to be careful. You got to jump up here, and then you got to jump off. If you don't jump off, if you just walk off that ledge, you die, which makes little to no sense. But it's what happens. Pretty sure you might even be able to just walk up it. Yeah, see, you can walk up it fine, but if you fall down, you're dead. Well, we've managed to make it through the first level with no problem at all. Let's see, Worf of C64 Wiki says, a really bad game. Only the great number of levels can be mentioned positively. A real B game. And I don't think that he's right about that. This game is a good game. Especially given the time. Now here we have some robots, and the way the robots work is, each time I grab one of these things, they're going to do something. Now if I plan my moves right, that works out well for me. Oh, I missed that jump! Oh, if I had fallen further to the side, that would have worked out well, because you can actually collect the coins? Whatever it is we're collecting, you can collect it as you're dying. So if you die, you want to die near the top of the level, because if you die near the top of the level, you're going to bounce your way down and probably collect a bunch of stuff. Also in the game, I find a lot of the times starting at the bottom of the level is not the best plan, because not just because of the whole if you grab something while you're dying it's a bonus, but more because if you manage to start at the top, most of the time when things start disappearing down below you, it's not as bad. The things that you collect near where you start tend to cause gaps in places where you might not want them, and I think the next level might be a good example of this. It might not be, though. We'll have to see. There's a one level where it's best to work your way from the top down for sure. You can do so without having to make some crazy jumps, and No, I think this one might be it. Bombs away, and it's introducing another new enemy. For some reason, this building has bombs falling in it. Now, this middle one is the one that makes you slide away. But what we're going to want to do here is actually go up the top. We're just going to do one side at a time, and then we're not going to have to use that slide near as much. Because, as we collect these, nothing too bad's going to happen. Now, I'm pretty sure I'll be okay with this one. Yeah, and then when I collect this one to the right, the one above me disappears. So collecting it from the top down here, or the furthest from where you spawn back to where you spawn, kind of helps out. Now here's something that's interesting. You can jump off of ladders. A lot of these games back in the day didn't allow you to do things like jump off ladders. And if your platform is close enough, you can actually jump up the platform by hitting it with your head. We're going to have to be careful here. These bombs are coming in an unfavorable manner. But let's grab these ones from the bottom up, because you can do this here. You can jump like this. And then I believe if you jump here and then jump, look at that sweet combo. However, it left us with a huge jump we're going to have to make up above. So we are definitely going to get that first one at the very top before we move along. You can make that large of a jump, but it is a little difficult. I don't have to deal with difficult jumps. More than I have to anyways. So let's see if we can make it here. Cross our fingers. Whoop. And like I said, sometimes you just gotta jump as you hit the platform. Oh no, I jumped too far! At least I didn't die. I'm pretty sure we can make this. Get out of the way, bomb. Like I said though, the fact that you can jump off of ladders and whatnot is actually pretty cool. A lot of games in the day didn't have that sort of feature. Alright, are we gonna make it? Yes, just barely. So we've only lost one Jumpman so far, and we've made it to level 4, so we might make it through to see the ending, which would be nice. Now this has an interesting enemy, these jumping blocks. They're actually jumping blocks, that's what they're called. You think that maybe they're blocks that jump towards you, but what they do is when they hit you, they don't kill you, they just cause you to jump. So, maybe I'll let this one hit me. No, it did not hit me properly. Somehow I got myself killed with that. I don't think that should have happened, however, you gotta live with what happened. We're gonna work our way to the top and work our way down on this level as well. I believe that's the best way to go. Maybe I'll just avoid these guys for the most part. Sounds like a puppy is where he shouldn't be. Alright, I'm pretty sure you can make this middle jump if you just stretch your arms. Oh, barely caught it by the corner of his head. Now, the way we're going to work this... Oh, shoot. See, okay, so see, it hit me and I jumped. I don't know if maybe they kill you if you're already jumping when they hit you. But the issue we're going to have here is that these green slides are ones that you go up. So we're going to actually want to collect these sort of in this downward pattern, and then grab the rope and go up, because it's not a rope that you can go down. And you gotta be careful on that jump too, because you don't want to jump right off the edge. You might end up... Now you see I'm not holding up or down or anything, and it just automatically puts me all the way up. This timing might not work well, but I'll... No! Oh, I'm dead for sure. You can see I walked off that platform, and that's what killed me. If you walk off a platform, you dead. Which is kind of dumb, when you think about it, because if you jump off a platform, you're perfectly fine. So I don't know why there's no minimum fall distance. Now when you jump, there's a maximum fall distance. If you fall any further than that, then you fall to your death. But when you just walk off a platform, if it's more than a pixel, you're gonna die. Which really sucks. Now hopefully this doesn't hit me and make me jump. Oh, it did! Right off the screen! Ah, horrible. Let me take a little sip of tea here while we think about what happened. We're gonna make it through this level for sure. Just one left. And I'm just gonna make... You know what? I'm gonna let this thing come at me first before I make this jump, because it's not gonna be good if I jump onto that rope first. There. Oh, come on! Apparently I can walk off that rope anytime I want to. And I did. Unfortunate. We're just gonna go up to the top and do these jumps manually. I don't want to deal with that rope anymore. Not after what's happened. Alright, these two guys are coming at me. Jump. Yeah, not too bad. The last jump was upwise, so we survived. Now, I definitely remember hearing some of these tunes in other games. Oh, this level is called Vampire. You have bats as your enemy. The bats are kind of interesting because they home in on you with echolocation. So you want to get as much as you can before the bats start coming at you too much. But at the same time, the more you collect, the more stuff's going on here. Now, I think this is a downwise. Yeah. I probably could have used that to my advantage if I'd come to this one first. Oh shoot, this bat is no good. I really shouldn't have spent so much time up there. Oh, and I didn't even collect any of those on the way down. Well, perhaps we're going to go ahead and get all the lower stuff to start here now. Before the other bats spawn, and then when they chase us downwise... Oh, I forgot that. Gets rid of that one, and then you're kinda a little boned because of the way it works here. Like I said, you should be able to survive a fall that far. I never upped the speed. I'll do that again on the next life if I... no, I think this is one of those games where one Jumpman left literally means you're on your last life. Now, can I dodge him? Oh, yeah, he just went right past me. Perhaps they hone in on things that make the sound. And they'll be running after that, Nope, nope, his echolocation caught on to me. Well, I'm gonna hold free just in case. I do have another life. But no. That is the end of Jumpman's career. Now, I don't know if I got a higher score than I normally do. I might have with a bonus included. And the game is kind of interesting in that it keeps two high scores. One for who's gotten the best bonus, and one for who's gotten the highest total score. Now, I didn't do better than I did before, but this is one of those games where, despite the fact that it's the Commodore 64 and it had a keyboard, you have to punch this in using the joystick. And I don't know why so many games did that. Maybe somebody out there has... Whoops, I didn't realize I got there. See, and it always makes me mess up when I have to use this thing. You can see I put Zerk, and now I have ZR. Not too good. I didn't get actually very high bonus points in this round. However, I have done far better than my worst score ever, so I'm proud of that. I think this is a game to check out. Two more people from C64 Wiki. Robotron 2084 says, Jumpman does not look exhilarating, but it plays really great. For me, the game has the same cult status as Space Taxi, Boulder Dash, or Hero. Not that I would give those games 10 points, but for me these are essential cornerstones of the C64 computer game history. Everything else is blasphemy, 7 out of 10 points. And that's fair enough. The game isn't perfect. It's far from it. However, it's got pretty good mechanics once you get used to them and understand that, you know, you can't change your direction while you're jumping like you can these days in most games, and it makes more sense that you can't. It's kind of weird that he dies when he falls down more than 2 pixels if he walks off a platform. And it's kind of weird that having jump rocket pads on his feet that he can't somehow slow his fall and survive a fall of any size. However, it makes the game a little more challenging, and I think it's worth it. It's pretty worth checking out, and I think you should if you haven't before. I'm Zerfall. This has been Jumpman, game number 66 on the C64 Sunday Top 100, as dictated by Lemon64 way back in August of 2014. Thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you again on another Sunday.